Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I've got a slightly different video for you, but I'm doing an interview with one of my favourite people, or non-people. It's Maggie, and she's actually absent from the sofa right now, but yeah, different backdrop. But Maggie, look, got some people that want to meet you. Yeah? Sit down, sit down. She's not going to behave just because. But anyway, I thought I'd do this video, which is kind of like a pup date per se, or a documentary, which I've been excited about saying because, you know, love a pun. Oh, sorry, what was that? What? Okay, she's not going to sit there the whole time because she's more fascinated by the garden. So, what we're going to be talking about is the things I've learned in the year that I've had her, because I've learned a lot and it's been really fun and really exciting having a dog. So yeah, let's get going. Okay, so the first thing that I've kind of learned out of everything about having a puppy is how much the dynamic of your house will change. I did a post about this and about the things you're thinking, or the things you should know if you're thinking of getting a puppy, because I don't think it's something to take lightly, because I think having a puppy is like having not a child. I've never had a child, and my mom assures me it's quite different, and I'm sure everyone else will too, but it is a huge responsibility, and I think making the time is so important. Like, I would never have a dog if I didn't work from home, like full stop, or if I couldn't bring them into my office. But having a dog changes the dynamic of your house. Before we had Maggie, my dad wasn't really a dog person. Everyone works and I was the only one here, and it kind of shifted everything because I started having to adapt my routine for her. But it's been the most rewarding thing having a dog ever. It's made me happier, I think. It's made me appreciate the little things more, and coming home from a day out is one of the most exciting things out of every day, because I'm like, someone is excited to see me. There have been some really difficult times as well. I think puppy training was probably one of the hardest things ever. I really kind of never really appreciated how tricky it was to train a puppy before. We've never had a dog before. I had a hamster, a rabbit, some goldfish, but I've never really appreciated how hard it is to look after a little puppy. But it taught me a lot, and it made me very patient. Obviously they're puppies, they can't speak for themselves, they're little tiny adorable things that need help and they need nurturing, and having to clean up poop and all sorts from like 5 AM when she woke up till when she went to bed about 8 PM because she was like a baby, was tricky, but it's been amazing, and she's one of the most lovable little creatures ever. I Snapchat her all the time, and that means I really love her if I Snapchat her. No, she's amazing, and so I think puppy training and the dynamic of a house are two of the kind of biggest things I learned, and the biggest experience that I had when we first got her. Another thing I've massively learned is that Westies are incredibly cheeky little dogs, and she is one of the biggest characters I know, and I work in fashion, so I know a lot of characters. That was really ridiculous and cheesy, but she is one of the biggest characters ever. She kind of rules the roost a little bit, which probably isn't recommended, but she knows what she wants. She can wrap us around her little finger, but having her has been one of the biggest joys, hasn't it? But yeah, she's hilarious. She's got all these weird routines. In the evening, she has a phase where we'll go into the living room or the front room, and she brings in all her toys one by one and then starts throwing them about, and then she has like a whole sofa to herself, which isn't something we encourage, trust me, but she loves it, and she has all these little things, and I think it's really putting a treat on my leg, but she just has all these cute quirks, which I think is one of the most lovely things about having a dog, because you pick up on all these little things they do and habits they have, and the way they react to other animals and their personality, and like the way she understands things that we say and the way she responds is so amazing. I think especially Westies, I mean, terriers are outgoing animals, they're very kind of big personalities. Oh, it's a bit bored. But no, she's amazing, and yeah, she makes working from home incredibly more enjoyable, don't you? Another thing that I also learned, despite the fact that puppy training was hard, and I think when I first got her I spoke to a lot of people and I said, getting a puppy is really hard, but I think it's definitely not as challenging as you think it is. I mean, for dog owners, like, and people that have had dogs for years, they'll be like, oh, this girl, she doesn't know, we have 5, it's easy. But I think when you go from not having a small animal or like a pet to having a pet, there are lots of things you have to consider, and I think taking that on board and adapting your life is quite tricky, and it's also really, 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 really pleasurable. I mean, I appreciate the outdoors a lot more as well having Maggie. I know that's a really selfish thing to say because she brings me more joy than going on a walk does, but being able to go outside every morning and walk her and clear my head, I think it's one of the most amazing things, because I've never had that before. I've never been able to just go out and just walk with her and not have my phone and not check everything. Sorry? She's had one today. She's had a big one today. Big walk. So I don't know why she's sitting there, but like crying. But I think you do think, like, you pick up things like that, and I think one of the funniest things I've done is I chat to dog owners, even when I'm not with Maggie. I just chat to everyone. I think it makes you a really sociable person, because you're walking and you're like, hey, how's it going? And you know everyone by the dog's name, so you're like, oh, that's Maggie's mum, or that's Bill's dad. It is amazing, and I feel like I'm just waffling a little bit about dogs, but I wanted to film this video in order to kind of talk about what it was like having a dog and being a first-time dog owner, because it is a bit of a challenge, and especially if you've never had a dog before. But I also hugely recommend it if you can just make sure you factored in the time, you have the space. I mean, we're really lucky that we have a garden and a park, and even if you haven't got a garden, because hey, living in London, not everyone has a garden. Oh, I mean, I live at home, so shh. But having a park and having an open space is so important, isn't it? It's really important. So thank you so much for watching. I hope this was a bit of just a random chatty dog video, but I thought it'd be a nice way to kind of check in, talk about Maggie, talk about what I've learned since having her for the year, and yeah, just kind of fill you in a little bit. If you've got any questions, please put them down in the down bar or in the comment section. That's what it's called. Still getting to grips with this, but yeah, it's been nice just chatting and talking about dogs, because I can't do that every single day, and I can't do it with everyone, because a lot of people get a bit bored of it and you see them glazing over. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have any comments, leave them below, and yeah, thank you for watching.